Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. And now, celebrating 15 years of broadcasting, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi, we welcome you all back to our show. Also, those tuning in through online affiliates around the world, including our iHeartRadio family. We're glad to have all of you with us as well. We're excited to welcome author Coralyn Jones to our program today. Now, Coralyn and I, at this point, we're old friends. I've had a chance to interview her for our web series, Cyrus Webb Presents. You guys can go to our YouTube channel to see that. I'll remind you of that at the end of the segment. Also, she's been on the radio in Mississippi on WPBQ 94.3 FM. She's the author of a book called Leap. We're going to talk to Coralyn not only about the writing of the book, but what it's been like for her to do conversations like this, to discuss it, what it's been like for her to hear from people who purchased the book, and more importantly, let you all know why it's so important for all of us to be able to leap for our goals and dreams. Coralyn, hello to you, and welcome back to the program.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, doing really good. Like I said, you're becoming a pro at this point, Coralyn. You've been doing a great job, and we've known each other now for all of a week, and so you probably are tired of me already with all the things that I'm getting you to do. But look, I want to talk about this experience for you, Coralyn. As I said, you've done our web series, Cyrus Webb Presents. You've already done one radio interview. You're now doing your second. What has it been like for you to not only have written this book, but now to be able to share it with the world?
It's been really challenging, but it's also been a dedication. I'm just a 19-year-old girl, and, I'm still a normal person. I have friends. I like to have fun, but I can still say it's a job now, and I'm more determined to what I can do.
Yeah. Right. And, Coralyn, what I love about it is your attitude about it. It's obvious you're excited about the book. It's a great achievement. I shared with our audience on WPBQ that your first week selling 100 copies. First of all, when you found that out, that the first week out the gate that you had sold that many books, how did that feel?
Selling 100 books in the first week was very exciting for me because I didn't think it was going to come true. I didn't think that was going to happen. I honestly thought I was going to sell about 20, maybe 30, but it came to reality, and I sold over 100 actually.
Yeah, amazing. So, one thing I have not asked you on the air that I will ask you now for our audience here in Mississippi as well as our online audience, Coralyn, is where the idea came from. When did you first say, you know what, I want to write a book?
Well, it started when I went to college. I always talked about it, but never just put my mind to it, So my mom, she continued to motivate me, but I had to make the decision to actually say, hey, I'm going to do it. And so it just actually came to reality, and I did it.
Yes, you did. And it has a great message for people of all ages. Did you have that in mind when you were writing the book, knowing that it was going to be something that everyone could be able to respond to, Coralyn?
At first, I did not. I was going towards, the younger age instead of like everybody else, simply because I was just trying to be an inspiration to younger people, but now that I look at it, this book is for everybody of all stages, all ages, just to motivate them to stay on the right track and stay consistent in order to make those dreams come true.
Right, and that's just, I think, one connotation of the title, Leap. We're going to actually read some of the book a little bit later, Coralyn, as I did for our radio audience in Mississippi before in Jackson, and talk a little bit about it. One thing that we did talk about already that I would love to talk about for our audience here, Coralyn, is the getting over a fear. The thing I have noticed the most that saddens me the most is that there are so many talented people out there. I think we all know, no matter where we live, we know people who are good singers, good dancers, good writers, people who have a talent. Maybe they're great in the kitchen. Maybe they're great at sewing. But they just allow that talent to just sit there. They don't do anything with it. What do you hope those people realize when they read the book Leap, Coralyn, as to what's possible for them if they're willing to do the work?
Well, for me, myself, I just think of my favorite quote that my mom used to always tell me was, you can only become truly accomplished at something you love. You can't make money your goal. Instead, you have to pursue those things that you love, and you have to do them so well that people can't take their eyes off you. So you have to stay dedicated to what you want. You have to stay committed. Like, just for me, every competition, every audition that I have done, I had to make sure that when I practiced that it was good enough for those things.
Right. And I think that's a good message, as we've talked about already, in other platforms, Coralyn, that things are kind of related to dance for you, and you're able to take the lessons you've learned from dance to apply in life. Do you think that has been one of the big things that have come from your being involved in dance, realizing that the lessons and the discipline that you've learned there can help you in other aspects of life too?
Yes, because I want to be an inspiration to others, and I just want everybody to stay positive and stay on the right track and just stay committed.
Yeah, I think that is the big thing, something that all of us can be able to do. For those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome author Coralyn Jones to our program. Coralyn is the author of the book called Leap. I got it through our friends at Amazon.com. I then was able to meet up with Coralyn to get my copy of the book signed. The Coralyn, I mentioned before, the other great thing for those who are just finding out about you, you not only have the book, you also have other merchandise too. First of all, when people bring you a copy of your book and actually to sign it, how does that feel to be able to sign your book now as an author?
It still gives me chills. Like, I'm still speechless that I'm an author today. It just reminds me of how much I've done to work to get to this point, and it's just a great feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, for me, the thing that I love about seeing individuals like yourself, Coralyn, is that, it really does take away the excuses. There are people who say, oh, I'm too young, I'm too old. You and I both met, a 11-year-old who's already a published author working on her her second book. I mean, you are 19 years old, and promoting this book and working on other projects. So is that another thing that you want people to realize, that it's not about age, it really is about your desire?
It really is it's not about age at all, because when I was young, my mom, she gave my brother and I, very tough love to show that it isn't easy. You have to work for what you want, and you just have to keep going.
That's right. I mentioned I wanted to read some from the book, Coralyn. I'm going to share a passage similar to what I shared when we were at the radio station in Jackson. This one deals with purpose, and there we see a young lady dancing, and this is what you wrote. It's deep inside. You know it. You can do it. You can be it. Who you're meant to be is more than just a feeling. You have purpose. It shows, and the world needs your flow. When I read that, the thing that I thought about is that all of us have a gift, and it's really up to us for us to be able to share that gift. How has that helped you, Coralyn, in not trying to compare yourself to anyone else, but realizing that who you are is special and that's enough?
Who I am is, again, I just want to be a great inspiration to others. Everyone needs somebody. I have mentors to this day, from dance teachers to my family, to my mom, to even friends who motivate me every day to keep doing what I do today. Yeah, and I think that's it. Has it been important for you, Coralyn, not to compare yourself to other people? Yes. Well, I don't compare myself to anyone, because everyone is different. And again, everyone has their own definition of success. Right, and I think that's it. And I think to think of that is so important for people, and as well as, of course, being able to realize that, as even you write in the book, that each one of us has something to give. Another thing that you wrote under persistence, and this is something that I also shared with our friends in Jackson, Mississippi, you write this: don't give up. You were built for this. Difficult times were made for persistence. In you, there's a strength that you could never guess. When times get tough, little one, just press. So when times get difficult for you, what is it that reminds you of the importance, Coralyn, of not giving up? When times get tough, all I think about is just having faith. I just try to keep it going, because I know I have goals to pursue, and I know I want to just keep those goals going, and I know there's somebody out there who wants the same thing as I want, so I have to just have faith and know that I can do it. Yeah, I think that is the big thing. And I think it's a great reminder, as I said, for other people as well. I love the fact that as you have been able to write this book, Coralyn, you also, of course, had some great illustrations that were done for you. Talk to us about that and what it was like for you to kind of marry the words that you had written with these illustrations. Finding out that each page in my book was hand-painted, it was amazing, because once I realized it was going to be hand-painted by this professional young lady named Rashonda D. Pierman, it was amazing. I just had that feeling that, oh, it's real now. Like, it is so real. It's not just a drawing. Like, it actually means something. Each page means something that you need, a characteristic that you need in life.
Right. And I think that's it. And again, that is the big thing for all of us to realize, that if Coralyn was able to do this, that really there are no excuses for us when it comes to pursuing our goals and dreams. If we're willing to do what she talks about in the book, be persistent. If you're willing to realize, of course, that you have something special. So what advice would you give to people out there, Coralyn, who are listening to this, who are thinking, you know what, I've always wanted to write a book. I've always wanted to draw. What advice would you give them about just doing it?
Again, just stay committed, stay persistent. You have to grow as you keep going, so you have to learn throughout the process. I'm only a 19-year-old, and with a lot of that comes with my social life, my school life, and I have a lot to balance. But at this age now, I have to realize that, I committed to something, so I have to stick to it. And all that comes with, like, telling my friends, hey, I can't do everything with you every weekend. Like, you have to find the right people also to motivate you to say, oh, it's okay, you can hang with us next time, or it's okay, we can do something else another time. You just have to stay committed to what you love to do.
That's it, and that's exactly what you've been able to do. Again, everyone, Coralyn Jones has been our guest. Great conversation with you, Coralyn. The book is called Leap. As I mentioned, it's available through our friends at Amazon.com. Definitely invite you all to get the book for yourself. And Coralyn, if they want to stay connected with you and get an autographed copy of the book, how can they reach out to you?
On every social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. My name is Coralyn Jones, and also for the book, it is Live, Love, Leap.
All right. So make sure you all are definitely staying connected with Coralyn on social media, as well as, of course, with her book to follow the journey as well. Coralyn, congratulations to you. Really appreciate this time, and looking forward to our next conversation together.
Thank you.
More than welcome. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late and missed part of the conversation with Coralyn, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media site. So head over to Facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go to Twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. You all make it a great one.